You're listening to For Better and Worse with Jess and Rach. Am I a different height every time I sit down on this thing?
I don't get it. The mic for you is never...
It's never right.
Never what you want it to be.
I don't understand.
Well, welcome back, Rach. Welcome back to the Codependency Couches.
Thank you, Jessica. I guess all I've done this week really is watch the Ultimatum. So I haven't prepared anything per se for our intro banter, but
we can just
shoot the shit a little bit. I guess let's just make it a TV episode. Josh and I just started watching the season 16 of Survivor.
Remind me, 16?
Which is fans versus favorites.
Ooh,
yeah.
I don't know if I've seen this one.
It's on Netflix.
Okay, who's in it?
Yao Man, and like it's old.
Okay.
It is
we're
old.
on 42 now.
It's year 2008. The TVs were still square.
Got it.
You know?
Yeah.
So, we're just like 2 episodes into it. So,
we got a lot of feedback on Survivor.
Did we?
So, is Survivor, podcasting in our future? Could be. It could be a segment every now and then.
Yeah.
But I was talking with my friend Linz, who reached out to me when she saw that I was like, I'm a Survivor head, and she was like, girl, I've been waiting for you to hop on this train. She is obsessed.
I just want to know, how can we get Joe on the show? Like, what do we have to do?
We need to get Joe on the show. Linz was like, you know what we should do is that we should do a hangout, but it's like Survivor. So like we have to buy flint. We're going to have to make the fire. She's like, there will be, and it's like, we
missed the perfect opportunity for Joe's 30th birthday. I'll say that.
That's facts. Because listen to you could even have a themed birthday party. Yeah. Anyways, it's a summer night, right? And you're outside. This is just setting the scene. And there's a hidden immunity idol at the function, at the gig. Okay, so it's there. You know what you're going into, and so the whole night. Say there's about like 10 people, at the function, and you guys all are just strategizing the whole time. You're like, who are we voting out? You're building alliances.
Can this be a shared bachelorette party for me and Josh? Not Joe. Maybe me and Joe.
Maybe me and Joe, because
Joe and I have been on dates before. So
that's very true. Yes, I think this could be in the works, because how fun. And then there's like games, like Linz has like smaller versions of some of the puzzle-y games that they do in the challenges. So they wouldn't be physical. We would probably only do like puzzle-y challenges, maybe something, Survivor-y. But then at the end of the night, like I want the whole setup. I want that big chunky pen that you write the people's names, get a little GoPro set up, and like when you're voting, you're like, sorry, hate to see you go. So whatever they say into the camera, like you weren't hitting tonight.
Oh, my
sad
God.
to see you go. I want it all set up. Someone has to be Jeff though.
Oh my God.
Also, like if these are things, like if people do this in real life.
Can Joe's dad be Jeff?
Why is that the perfect Jeff ever? That is amazing.
Joe is the natural choice for Jeff, but we need the maturity. We need the maturity. We need the kind but fair.
Sean Mack, you got it. If you're listening, will you be Jeff at our Survivor function? So that's what we have in the works. Could it be a combined bachelorette?
I mean, it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be about us, but it does
needs to happen.
Yeah,
and you need to be included.
And I want to play for a reward.
What's the reward? Swanson's?
What was it? Is it this season where one of their rewards is Applebee's?
I was so good. Listen, my love for Applebee's though, like I love it. I went to Salt Lake City and Britt and I got Applebee's DoorDashed.
I know.
So my mouth would be salivating if Jeff was like, and your reward is Applebee's. I worked there too, so I'm an Apple buddy. That's what we called each other. That's what we called other employees. Always helping out your Apple buddy.
Oh my God. But Josh and I were like, there's no way all these people feel so strongly about Applebee's.
I think
I'd be like, hell yeah, thank God I get a hamburger, but I'm not like, thank God I got the buffalo brisket burger. I'd be like, what the?
But I think you're
like, are you guys reading a script?
Hungry. I think you're stupid hungry. So it's like, well, I don't fucking care. Hot food is hot food.
Right.
And Applebee's be hitting though. Big fan. Even after working there for so long. Big fan.
One time I went to Applebee's and I ordered like a side of mashed potatoes, and I take a big bite of them, ice cold. Ice cold.
I believe that.
They forgot to put those in the mic.
Yeah, definitely
And I
forgot
was
to
just
nuke
like,
them.
Excuse me. They're like, you want me to heat them up for you? I was like, bring me some fresh cut French fries, please.
Scrap the
'Cause
taters.
that was so nasty.
Oh
I couldn't.
my
I
God.
couldn't stomach it.
You love mashed potato mouth. We do know that about you.
Oh, I had some baked lays this weekend
Of course you did.
because my dad and I took just an impromptu trip to see Laura, our girl Laura.
Fun. You
Yeah.
went? You were
Yeah.
there?
I was there. I went. Tried a lot of brewskis, a lot of hangs.
Nice. How fun.
It was fun.
Good
My
fam
dad
time.
picked me up at 5 a.m. So
Early as fuck.
let it be known, it's about a 6-hour drive if you drive on the main roads. If you drive with Larry Roche, you're pushing 7-8 hours.
Oh, he's a slow guy.
Oh, he's a back roads. He
Scenic
doesn't
route kind
he
of guy.
doesn't like seeing anybody else on the streets.
Well, clearly because he chose to get out there at 5 a.m.
But I mean, on the way there, I was able to get I got a little napping. You know, I brought my blankie, brought my pillow,
Good.
got some snoozes
You got some
in.
quality time with your calves.
I did.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, and Laura's doing well. You know, Laura, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but Laura's in a state of transition.
She is,
Yeah,
right?
she is. So
How's the transition going? Are we waiting for her to tell her own story?
I
or-
think we'll wait for her to tell her own story, but it has been wonderful seeing her explore who she is in a way that's authentic to herself.
Aw,
You know?
yeah.
So I love her. I stan her. I stan my
I
sis.
stand Laura as well.
I stan my sis. I stan Erin,
Shout
her
out.
girlfriend. Hey, girl. Hey,
I
Erin.
stand her as well. She came up to me, started a conversation
I know.
at your mom's birthday party, and I was like, "You are a good human."
Yes. she
Very
is.
good vibes all around.
Good vibes. Great dog as well.
Good vibes, great dog.
Great dog. She's a sweet pea, that Riley.
What kind of dog is it?
A blue healer.
Nice.
But actually, Erin said that her mom was a blue healer, dad was a red healer. And I said, so she's a purple healer? But I thought it was funny, but
It's good.
she's not. I guess she's just blue. But whatever.
Cool.
Rude.
Good joke, right?
And Easter happened.
Easter happened. He's risen. For those who celebrate. I am in a mood. I feel like I'm floating.
Is that your favorite hit at the mass? Or?
Yeah, I only went to a Methodist church on Easter because it was my grandpa's church, and they would always sing that hymn, but they would sing it as like na 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 na.
No, they didn't. They didn't remember the Titans.
But it was like, he is risen. Hey, something. I don't even know. Like, hallelujah. I don't know, but I sing it every year.
Methodists, and I say this as a born and raised ones, they can be out of pocket. Okay.
What?
They could be out of pocket.
I really
with some
don't know
stuff.
enough. Like, I literally only attended Easter Sunday there, and I enjoyed myself.
I mean, let's just say I was able to like fully explore my creativity at way too young an age musically. I'm sorry. We did a rendition of Godspell, which is a musical, which has no business being done by 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to 15-year-olds. But I came out there with a lot of heart.
And that's what we love about you,
So-
Rach. With you, we know you have a wide range from soprano to alto.
All right. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Oh, we love that about you, though.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, when Easter happened, not much really.
What
was
did your family
chill.
eat on Easter?
Ham,
Ham with what?
bam, cheesy potatoes,
Yep.
rolls, and we had asparagus this year. All of it
Ooh.
was fire flame, and I did what I always do, guys. And you know me, I'll be mixing and mixing and mixing and mixing. I said it. I was like, everything on this plate, I am eating in one bite.
And
Mix.
asparagus is a kind of a weird.
So my cousin was like, I'm with you on everything else, but not the
Yeah.
asparagus.
Yeah.
But I liked it.
All right.
That ain't gonna change for me.
All right.
Like, it's just the holiday meals are meant to be mixed. Hot take. I get it.
I know. I feel like
An acquired
I
taste.
should just give you a bowl. You know,
You
would that be better
probably
for you?
should, yeah.
You could layer everything. You know,
Yeah.
do a layer of potatoes.
Well, trifold, if you will.
Yeah. But let's be honest, ham ain't all that for me.
I enjoy it. I don't eat ham any other time of the year. So it's like, this is it. I'm not hitting ham hard.
I'm not going hammer.
I'm not going ham on the ham any other time but Easter. Okay. But like something about the ham with the cheesy potatoes.
Do you want to know something?
It's elevated.
Josh, I'm putting your family on blast, and I don't mean to do you like this. There is a member of Josh's family that makes ham gravy.
What is ham gravy?
I love gravy. I'm a gravy stan. I'm a believer in the power of gravy.
Yeah.
But ham gravy?
What is that?
As you know, gravy is made from the drippings of whatever meat you're
like
using. You know, put corn flour in there, maybe some flour. Ham gravy is just congealed salt juice, and
Ew.
it should be illegal and straight to jail.
Like, there's only one thing you eat with ham, and it's like a nice glaze, a nice brown sugar moment.
No,
what is this?
No one had any business making ham gravy. Please let me know if your family serves ham gravy. I need to know your background. I need to know where you grew up, and I need to know if it's like exclusively a regional thing. Because
also, is it just like at the table, kind of like cranberry sauce? Like, not many people eat it. It just kind of sits there. It has to be a part of the spread.
Yeah. No.
Not for me. Not for me.
But yeah, that's all I've got.
Yeah, I went to a concert last night.
Oh yeah,
which was fun.
I'm not gonna lie, Jess. I saw your Snap story. I thought you were at a worship concert, and I was like, triggered.
Did you listen to this?
I thought there was some. I thought they were saying Hosanna or something.
I don't think so.
Oh.
You're lying. I was gonna try to do my best pop punk voice, but I'm not going to embarrass myself.
I mean, you already. What did you just sing?
Yeah, he is risen. No, the story so far, if you know any pop punk, they are pretty much the pinnacle of it. It was a good concert.
Let's see.
Are you about to play it? Wait, it low-key sounds like Christian rock.
Hosanna. Hosanna. I mean, I don't know them, but
they were saying Upside Down.
Oh, well.
Great song, deep cut. If you know, you know. But I like I said when I showed up here, I was like, all right, tequila soda too close to the sun last night for sure. But I was thinking, I'm like, cool, I'm gonna stick to tequila all night and not wake up with a hangover. But
here's a question I have.
Waking up with the foggy fog.
Here's a question I have for you, Jess.
Yeah. Why was I drinking tequila at a concert?
No. Okay. Here's a question I have. Because when Madison and I were in Philadelphia, I ordered vodka soda with lime.
Oh,
to my dismay. I ordered it to my dismay. I don't think I need to go further than that other than I meant tonic.
Yeah.
Because I was just drinking like flat, like slightly sparkling vodka water.
What is the difference between tonic water and soda water? Please tell me.
There's sweetener in tonic.
There it is.
And soda water is just like LaCroix
carbonated,
or carbonated water. And Madison and I looked at each other knowing we made the grave mistake, and I was like, I'm gonna suck down this $8 bevy.
Yep.
Real quick. Nasty.
It's a little more fresh.
I mean, yeah, but nothing's that serious.
Vodka can tomatoes. That is not good. But people say that about tequila. It's acquired taste either way.
Yeah. I feel like vodka's just the most just like
standard.
You know, it tastes like alcohol to me. Where like gin or like rum
stronger,
or have a vibe to them.
Yeah, I get that.
So,
yeah, but I'm just thinking, I was like, how old are these people at this concert? You know, like their last album was 2018. They were big in the pop punk era. So I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, when is too old to be going to these concerts? I don't really care, you know? Like, what is age? But I was just thinking, I'm like, man, I'm getting up there. I do feel like everyone there was around my age, though. No one was like super young. So I'm like, I'm telling you, emo kids, we can ride or die. They're out there, and we ain't stopping.
No.
We're not going to let pop punk die. We'll tell you that.
No. And that was like one of the weddings that we edited recently. I just loved that like their whole playlist for their wedding was just like pop punk music, like Warped Tour, like just like because that was their audience. Like they didn't play any like, you know,
Cardi B.
Yeah. I mean, which is a tragedy on par with tragedy.
Right.
But I mean, it hit for them, and they were just all just air drumming and like, you know.
I love that.
Yeah.
Hashtag bring Warped Tour back.
Yeah.
Have you ever been?
No, I've never. No. I mean, Jess, do you think that any of those things I would thrive in any capacity? I've been to a live fest.
Well, there you go.
So don't you worry.
Well, you were on fire for the Lord for quite some years.
Quite many years.
Yeah. So you couldn't be dabbling with the dark arts.
Yeah. Yeah.
We won't get into it. We'll save it. We'll save it. He is risen. Arts. He is risen.
Indeed.
Okay. That's it before we talk about
nothing. But, you know, you guys know by now.
Yeah.
But we are excited because as much as, we hope that you've watched this show. I put out an SOS. Start binging, kids. Because the Ultimatum on Netflix. One, I didn't realize that Nick and Vanessa Lachey hosted the Love is Blind. I didn't know that was them.
What? Did you not watch Love is Blind?
No.
Oh, okay.
This seemed more insane to me. And when that preview came up on my Netflix, I was like, ooh.
Grab the popcorn.
Yeah.
Grab the tea.
Yep.
Because we gonna be sipping.
Yes.
Yeah. So Nick, how did they
get this gig?
I don't know, but a lot of people have some words about Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey because I think they're like back in our marriage. They do it in Love is Blind too, and people see it as like always, you know, bringing it back to them in conversations, and I feel like
that's what people
want.
That's what people want them to do.
I know. I felt like they could most definitely not and just be hosts, but I think they're trying to be real people and really connect with like real feelings that are happening.
I felt like they're lovely hosts.
I thought so too.
I have only known them in the Ultimatum, but
they're like, how many times can Vanessa bring up their marriage? I'm like, because that's the common denominator. That's the thing that they're working for. So why not be honest about their relationship rather than just being like really stiff hosts?
Right.
Like I would think connecting with them on a personal level makes the show better. But
I'm getting goosebumps. Getting so excited to talk about this.
Oh my gosh. I love that. Yeah, I watched it and immediately told Rach that she needs to, and she's like, do you want to do a podcast on it? And we were like, fuck yeah. I'm like, you need to finish it though.
Actually the story is just because they thought I started watching it thinking I was going to be ahead of the game and you'd already finished it.
Binging
but
24.
Started watching a couple more eps and I was like,
are we going character for character? They're not characters, they're real humans.
Real human beings. Yeah, I think
is that the layout here?
I think so. But let's pause for a minute while we get it together. Okay. So the person I want to start with is someone who I feel like must be a controversial character, but someone I surprisingly liked. But I gotta say, April Stan, yes or no?
I stand April. I felt her strongest moments, one of which, let's just claim that all spoilers, right?
All spoilers, yeah.
If you have not watched the series, don't.
Yeah.
We're just gonna. Okay, but when those shotgun fucking proposals popped off, we will get into that. We will get into that. But what I'm saying is I was like, April being like, what the fuck are we doing on this show then? Like, if you guys are just gonna do this, like, that's not the reason why we're here. I really respected that.
That's what made me truly love her.
Me too. I was like nodding my head because
someone needed to say it. Like,
I know, and she's not afraid.
Yeah, you signed up for this show. you signed on the dotted line and you're taking a free pass because things are about to get hard. And that's bullshit.
And you guys we'll get into Nate, but I have so much to say about Nate. But anyways, I am an April stan.
Yeah.
She's fiery. Like, she's definitely not for everyone.
No.
You can handle her or you can't. But I think in reality, she was very real. I enjoyed her and Colby's friendship situationship. Like, you obviously know they weren't attracted to each other. They were not each other's type, but they were like, we're in it for the experience.
Yeah.
Let's just live with each other and see what we can find out about ourselves. And I thought that was cool. And I felt that she really wanted to do the work, you know, and I appreciated that.
Yeah.
Did she kind of get gypped because she ended up with Colby? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Colby got gypped. They all, I think
that was like the short end of the stick kind of situation.
But I'm glad that they stuck it out for the sake of the experience.
Yeah. And I'll say, like, I think I liked April as she is now. I will love her in 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this whole experience, thank God, because I think had April and Jake, the original couple, not have gone through this experience, I think Jake would have caved, and I think they would have gotten married, and I think they would have gotten divorced after their first or second kid, because Jake was not happy. But I think a lot of anyone who's in a relationship for 2 years likes the predictability and the comfortability that comes with that. And I think part of him, like, having just got out of the military, liked having his whole future mapped out for him with a beautiful, like, lively woman.
Hot.
But they were not right for each other. And what's really crazy about this show is a lot of the times people got partnered, like, they ended up getting partnered with people that were more similar to them. So you're really testing the, like, opposites attract thing with the, okay, opposites might attract, but I think I feel more at ease with someone who is more like me. And I loved seeing Jake and Ray together, but at no point was I because in my head, it's like, you go on the show with your partner for 3 weeks, you're expected to live with someone else to find more out about yourself, and also more about what you need out of a partner, because you're with someone completely new. Right. I love the concept. It's batshit bananas.
The concept, just the thought is like, yeah, this is a good way to test some things.
Yes.
But in reality, the way humans are set up with emotions and jealousy, and I was actually really shocked that they had them, like, meet up for girls' nights. Like,
the girls' night,
stirring the damn pot on purpose. I also had no idea that they were going to be mixing and mingling in front of their partners. That took me back, because I was like, they know that they're going to enter into a relationship with somebody else. Do we have to rub it in their face? That is where, like, the drama really comes. Yep. I also have to say, I think their age and immaturity with everyone, just because they're young and, you know, was really shown throughout the show. Yeah. And I like to see it change. I think the reunion at the end was kind of like, this is what we're reflecting on. I feel like everyone had good things to say. I feel like they've come a long way through the experience. There was a lot of things learned, a lot of things exposed, but I feel like them being like, I am, 26 and we've been married for 2 years. I'm giving him an ultimatum. I was like,
you've been dating for 2 years.
Yeah. Dating for 2 years. And I'm like, what the fuck? 2 years?
I know.
I mean, I know that's normal, but, like, you guys are still really young.
Here's one of my main questions. How did they get on the show? Do you think people, like, because I think a lot of them had an Instagram presence ahead of time. Do you think, like, they were, like, recruited, like, sought out as, like,
this is a rumor
Texas
I just
heard.
heard.
Georgia area, like.
I heard the rumor that Madeline and Colby didn't know that they were going to be on the show. Like, they didn't enter in, like, Colby wasn't giving her an ultimatum. Like, that wasn't real life. Yeah. Like, they were recruited for a show. Like, this is the one you're going to be on. So this is the premise. And now go forth. Yeah. They wanted to be on something. I think they were willing for that. But I don't know. That's just a rumor.
Now that you brought up the Colby and Madeline, I got to say something about Madeline.
Also, is it Madeline or is it Madeline? It's spelled Madeline. I don't know. Who cares?
Madeline. Yeah, whatever.
That's like Madeline.
Production did her dirty with that yellow shirt. that yellow shirt that she did in the interviews, I was like,
you can't tell me
this is the worst shirt from Kohl's I've ever seen. And it was like, I know you're hot. What's happening? Why do you look like you're about to go teach third grade? That yellow shirt had me every single time she came on the screen. I'm like,
this isn't for you.
I'm like every other girl. Like Shanique looks hot as hell with her like black like blazer shirt.
Yeah, Shanique
like,
is hot though.
Madeline looked, I mean, like
they did her dirty. I mean, you saw how she was drunk a lot, but
the unhinged girls' night, Madeline.
Oh,
Madeline,
with the tongue out situation. I was like, my jaw was to the fucking floor. I'm so surprised.
I'm surprised.
I'm surprised Shanique. Surprised Shanique didn't just like fuck
Decker
her up.
Decker. But Madeline, I think I have like a love for Madeline because she is such an 8 that it was killing me. She's like, I'm gonna say what's gonna be said. I'm gonna say what needs to be said, no matter what. And don't all I gotta say is don't get me drunk and put me in that situation because I'll be like, who wants to fuck each other's partners?
Yeah.
Say the truth.
I just think it was one of those, like, I'm getting drunk. This is how I'm coping. Even when, like, the whole, I will say this. I'll go all the way back. Madeline, you did not want Colby. You don't want him. When I found out that they were married or getting married with the shotgun fucking wedding, I want to do the ceremony right here, right now. Put her right on the fucking spot. I'm like, Colbs, good old Colby Jack. Get the fuck out of here with that. But I was like mad. I was mad when they decided to be together. I was mad that Shanique and Randall are working it out. I'm like, I wanted everyone to pick somebody different. Yeah. There's a reason why your relationship isn't working. And we're not going to fix it with a proposal. We're going to do some work. Let's go to therapy.
Right.
Let's go to some therapy. Let's sit down if we want to make this work. But I really felt like just like going straight into like a proposal was just out of pocket.
Well, after they started showing like when they had like after her and Colby got in that big fight because like we've said, like Colby and April didn't have like a real, like they weren't really attracted to each other. They didn't get like the real trial marriage. Colby went out to the clubs.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's also what I think is very unique about the show is like they're just in real life. They're going to work. They're going to the clubs. They're hanging out. They're seeing their parents. Like it's not like it's not like Love Island where you're like trapped.
Right.
And like it's not real life. Like they're trying to make this as real life as possible. But yeah, Colby goes out to the club and like hooks up with someone else outside of the experience.
What are your thoughts on that?
I thought it was personally I felt like there were rules to this whole experience. Like if you make out with the person that, you know, like no one had sex with someone that wasn't their partner on that show. So like, I think everyone was respectful and very knowledgeable. Like I'm still in a relationship with my original partner. But it was the way that he kept texting her. Like it's like, and yeah, I felt like it was just crazy. And I don't know. It's hard to know on a show that is, you know, obviously designed to like draw people in and get people like mad, you know, stir the pot for, you know, America and the world. But no, I thought he was very immature and very like gaslighty and just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what do you mean by that?
I know. I really, very narcissistic tendencies.
Yes.
But that's not to say he's a narcissist. I'm thinking like he just needs to do some work and like admit when he's wrong. I know that's hard for a lot of people, but it's like just you're allowed to be wrong and like you just kind of have to own it. And I feel like he had it, like he's capable of that. Like some people are not. They're just delusional, but I felt like he with some work he could.
I felt like he was a bit delusional, and I thought it was just wild going into the proposal because like they got in a huge fight before. And even then when Madeline's like, I'm ready to tell Colby I'm ready to say yes. I'm ready to be engaged. I was like, your friends hate him.
Yeah.
Your friends clearly hate him. And on the reunion, she was like, my friends are just Team Madeline. And I'm like,
whatever you want to say.
Whatever you want to say.
Because you were like, Randall is perfect. Randall's my perfect guy. Yada, yada, yada. But something was off there.
Daddy issues.
Something was off.
Daddy issues. Like her need to be loved and loved out loud and loved in a very intense way.
But I'm glad we got to that with some of the people on the show. Like with Madeline, like she was opening up to her mom about, you know, some of the issues that she's having and she's not sure if she's ready for marriage. And like, that was a very mature conversation. Zay opening up about
Zay's growth was
tremendous.
Truly.
Love to see it. I really felt for him.
Yeah.
I felt like he was emotional throughout and like very emotionally aware.
Yeah.
And trying his best at that. And people's reactions to him just like really didn't help his trauma. Like, no. And his in his childhood, I feel like I'm not a therapist by any means, but like some abandonment issues. And I felt really bad because like he was opening up about things and like, if it's not what he wanted to hear, you know,
he would just, like, you could tell. You could tell he was really fighting with himself a lot. Yeah. And I feel like Ray has a lot of trauma in her life. And I feel like these people had 2 to 3 year relationships before this. Mm-hmm. And so like, although we saw Zay put in so much work in this time, I feel like Ray was shutting down every argument because she was used to the blow up fights, to like caving in, to like all that stuff. And I feel like this show is unique because like I really liked Zay and Ray both. I didn't feel like it was a like take one side or the other. I felt like they were totally wrong for each other. And this experience like highlighted that. Absolutely. And it highlighted it for Ray in a way she really needed. And you could just tell like after her time with Jake, the person that like they partnered up with, after her time with that, going back to Zay, she just knew it was over. Right. I didn't feel like I'm not surprised that her and Jake aren't together now. You know, like I didn't feel like it was like, but I think it highlighted for her like this isn't the type of person that I need or want.
I think with that,
not that Zay is a bad person, but he's just more intense, more like passionate, and like in a way that she just shuts her down.
Which is really weird because, and this is another reason why I'm not really sure they knew what they were getting themselves into, because Ray is the one in the beginning who issued the ultimatum. I know. When in reality, think about it, she didn't want to marry him. Yeah. But I think in the show, it's just kind of how they had to word it. I don't know. Yeah. Because remember in the beginning, they're like, and she said really basic, weird things that don't even sound like her after like watching the show. Because in the beginning, she was like, I cook, I clean. And she got so much shit for this. But she was like, I cook, I clean, and I know how to fuck. That's why I'm a good wife. And everyone's like, that sounds so generic and stupid. But that doesn't even sound like something Ray would say now knowing after. But I do believe Ray and Zay were not right for each other. But I felt like her and Jake were, as we know, very similar. They talked about it all the time. Like, this is so scary. It was so similar. I said it a million times. I was like, I know. But I feel like you guys just need to dive into that more because you need to learn more about yourself. Yes. And I felt like that's why they were good for each other, because I think they were both kind of lost in that relationship where their other partner is loud, passionate. Yep. Where they're the quiet ones kind of just flying under the wayside. But I just think they needed to do a little take a peek situation for themselves. Yeah. To, you know, to find out what they want in a partner. And that's why I feel like they were a good match. Also, I'm saying this, there's no way they didn't fuck Ray and Jake. There's no way. They had to. They had like a box of sex toys. But she said something in the reunion and she's like, we didn't all this stuff. But I'm like,
yeah. And well, I think I saw a TikTok of hers explaining that like it was like a gag gift that they were given. Oh. And it just had like a feather and a eye mask in it. And she said, she's like, literally, like, had there been actual sex toys in there, she was like, Zay would have left so fast. Oh yeah. Like so fast. Mm-hmm. I really don't think. I think everyone knew that like if they did have sex with the person that they hadn't been dating for 2 years, it would have been so wrong. Like it would have felt so hard. Like, yeah, like looking back on that time, like, and also it's like a big reason why I feel like Ray and Jake couldn't just be together is because like you have to go through a breakup. You can't just like be on a show and be like, we're not together, I'm going to be with it. Like you have to like fully process your breakup and then move on. Right. And I think both her and Jake, I don't know. It was like maybe they would have been the right people for each other, but I think this experience made it difficult to just like lean into that.
I agree. But I feel like their mature decision to like not go on the trip. But I think that was them being like, we don't know if like it's you know, who I want to be with. It's just like we realize our partners aren't for us and we're doing this together. So it's like, it's nice to not be alone in it.
Yeah. Oh, one thing that I'm just reading all my thoughts. One thing that did bug me about the April and Jake is April was so obsessed with where his hands were. Like if they were up here, like twiddling with his hair, or like she'd be like, stop that. Give me your hand.
Stop
Give me your
fidgeting.
hand. Stop fidgeting.
I think it was like a control thing.
I'm like, girl, let him breathe.
I think it's a control thing. I think like that's just April. Like she is annoying. She knows she's annoying. She's not claiming to be anything, so she's not.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things. Like it was something that bothered her, but it's something he did when he was uncomfortable. And it's just like, I don't know. Also like Jake's mom loving April. I felt bad for Ray in that situation, but like, what are we doing entering the families into this situation? Like, we think they're going to understand it.
Yeah, no, they're not going to understand. But I dead ass jaw dropped. I went. It's after that experience where Ray meets Jake's mom,
and he lies,
and he's like, "Oh, she loved you. She loved you. She thought you would be great for me."
I was like, "Come on."
I was like, either they purposely cut any positive things she said about Ray, which I think like when they met up with April later, Jake's mom was trying to bring up the positive aspects of Ray, and April's like, we're not talking about Ray.
Yeah,
we don't need to do that.
God, I can't believe they brought like meet my parents. I get it. Like it was like, can you know, your most important people in your corner, like, can they see, you know, the goodness in this or whatever? But I'm like, this is all too much.
This is too much. They put them through it. And like, I just think it's crazy that these girls, like, specifically, I think Shanique and April were like, I'm doing this experience so my man sees that I'm the best option out there.
But it shows that like that's not how things work.
No,
they really wanted them to be like, I'm miserable. I just want you. But like,
no,
all of these, they picked these people for a reason. It was very strategic in the way that it's set up. So like, these are all really awesome girls who have great qualities. Yeah. So you're gonna see that. But it was, I don't know. That was really hard to watch too. Like Shanique be like, I just want you to sit in a corner and miss me. Like she's definitely like dramatic for that, but she really meant that. Like she's like, I didn't want you to enjoy this, and now that you are, I'm pissed off about it.
Yeah.
But he's like, you brought me here.
Right.
Like this is not something I wanted to do.
Right.
But now I'm enjoying it, or I'm, you know, just kind of going through with it the way I'm the way I'm supposed to, and you're pissed. So much going on there. But what do you think about Randall and Shanique? Now that they're but they're not married.
No. So like they at the end of it, Randall proposed to Shanique. And for the first time you're seeing Randall, like during the proposal, I was like, oh shit.
He's breaking down.
Maybe he really maybe this is just him. Like maybe
the same.
He just doesn't naturally communicate his feelings well. Because clearly, you know, like I did feel like they were well matched on paper, but it was this like, I don't know. I didn't really feel any type of way towards them.
Okay.
So, but I wasn't surprised that they called their engagement off. But
I'm glad. I feel like that's a mature decision.
Yeah. And then they were broken up for 6 months and just like have kind of, you know, remained friends. And
I thought that was
Randall's had like some, you know, deaths in the family, and she's, you know, stood by him. But I mean, if you make it through it, you make it through it, right?
Yeah.
But the last thing you want to do, though, is like get married under the pretense of this. Like, I truly believe, like, if you have to give an ultimatum, there's something wrong. There's something wrong from the jump.
I agree.
I think uniquely, Alexis and Hunter, the ultimatum was based around the fact that Hunter wasn't against getting married. He wanted to live together before they got engaged, and Alexis didn't. And so that ultimatum was kind of like weird, because he was just like, okay, I mean, I want to marry you, so I will. He was like, why can't we just live together first? And she was like, I want to be engaged. I want to have that commitment.
Alexis is wild, though.
Oh,
talk about unhinged.
Unhinged.
That bitch is unhinged.
Truly.
Like dogging fucking Colby. Lip service. Clearly that was a lip service. I've never heard the words lip service in my life. And I was like, this girl is wild. And then dragging Colby's name, being like, he is not a good guy. Because
But I don't really think Colby is that good of a guy.
No, he's not. But
I thought like
his reasoning is because
he
he
looked her in the face and was like, I'm not attracted to you. That's why I don't want to do this with you.
That was hard to watch.
But
that's so Colby. I'm sorry.
It's either he's dumb or he's like,
no, he's blunt. He doesn't care. He knows he's the cowboy hat. Yikes.
Like, but my thing, I was like, you could have said 100 different things. Like, I think we see things differently about money and family and all of those things you could have said. But you just said, I don't like the way you look.
I think he was done, though. He was just like, he had already
said
like, hey, this isn't going to work. And he said it in a polite way, in my opinion, the first time he said it. And then the second time, she came up really hostile. So I think he tried to match that.
Yeah.
And it just didn't go well.
Yeah.
But
I will say, when Hunter proposed to her, I was kind of relieved because I was like, I truly can't imagine
not being picked. She wasn't going to be picked. How were they going to do that? I wondered.
I think Nate would have ended up with her, which is, I think, the match that producers much have thought, because Nate was like financially like successful.
Oh.
And she, like, she's way more outspoken than Lauren. Like, I think that was like the match that was supposed to happen, that like they just probably didn't have a natural connection. But I think they would have ended up together.
Okay. But
so
Nate going around the table,
I was like, no.
I was like feeling for him, because I was trying to understand too, and just like walking through it with them and being like, that would be hard. You want to be picked, like, and you
the
want
rejection.
To be matched. Yeah, that would be hard. But him panicking and then being like, fuck it, I'm doing it too. The fucking proposal. He was rejected 3 times, and he was looking at Madeline like, I'm picking you. He's like panicking. I'm sorry. Like, he got really mad when they like dogged him for that during the reunion.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they need some work.
And I'm only saying this.
Ego is
I'm
hurt.
only saying this because she didn't get enough airtime, I think. But Lauren is a Dudley Dursley, babe. She's a dud.
You think?
Yes. She just sits there like, she's a dud. She didn't give us the opportunity to see her as anything else other than a dud. But saying yes to a man.
Wait, she didn't say yes. She said the cringe. Absolutely. I have goosebumps thinking about how embarrassing that was to watch. I don't know why. But she was like, God, yes. Like, take me out of this type of energy.
But that's the thing it was. I think she was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want this experience. I
knew that.
I don't want to go through it.
That's why she was like crying from relief of not having to go through it anymore.
Yeah.
But I am glad that they showed them talking in the hotel being like, this is some bigger shit. We're not just like,
we're not
married.
Just engaged.
No. I mean, we'll see how they end up. But
Vanessa's face when that was going down.
She was like, it was bad. It was all bad. And then she's like trying to like hold her ground and be like, I'm happy for you guys. Like,
if this is really what you want.
Yeah. God, what a mess. Anyways, what else you got for me?
I forget who quoted this.
I'll probably tell you.
But I thought that this was really cute. I think Zay says this to Shanique. He said, you're like a disco ball lighting up the whole world.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is the corniest thing. But you said it, and I was like, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard.
Because, it was when she was in that dress, right?
Yeah.
When they went out to dinner?
Yeah. But I think I felt like it was just more about like her, like her warmth and her like confidence and who she is. And like, I don't know. What was your stance on Shanique?
I really liked her. I felt like she had high standards at first, and I feel like her really trying to get to know Zay and like understanding him. I think like she is a really good person. She's a strong person. I thought the stuff about the jealousy was very immature and very petty when it came to Randall.
Yeah.
But that just, I don't know. That was my only qualm that I think needs some work. But
one of like my favorite moment for Shanique was when Zay and Ray broke up. They broke up before like the experience ended because they got in a big fight, and Zay stayed out until 8 a.m. And like he said his phone died, or his, you know, she's like there's all this speculation of like, you either blocked me or turned your location off. Maybe your phone did die. But she was just worried, up all night, worried. She had no idea where he was. She tried to call him, the people he was supposedly with. She didn't hear anything. And they break up. She just is like, this is it. And I think she's done before this, but like she's completely done. And Zay and Shanique meet up.
I did like that.
And they're like drinking and having a good time. They obviously have like cute, like just chemistry. And Shanique said, like, I have to tell you, if Randall ever stayed out until 8 a.m. and I didn't know where he was, that would be it. Like that is a hard no. And the fact that like you're trying to make an excuse for yourself here, she's like, I'm not hearing it.
Yeah,
like,
I was
like, you don't have my support in this.
And I like that though, because I think he came to her purposely to like gain some understanding, and she was just like keeping it very real with him.
Yeah, like, and you fucked up.
But I like that they had that connection to be able to talk about that. And even when he started, like, he just shut down when he took something out of context that Shanique said in a way that she said it. And she was like, this is just what you do. Like, you run away from stuff. Like, that's not my purpose. I'm not trying to fight you. I'm not trying to get in any type of situation.
What did she say? Like, everyone's trauma has...
It's in the tone that she said it, that Zay took the wrong way. I don't know. But in a way that, like, his trauma wasn't that serious. Or I think that's the severity of it is... something like that. But
let's skip ahead to the fight that Ray and Zay had at the reunion, because
who was sitting there eating popcorn like this? Because I was like, let's go.
I thought that this was an oversight in the show, that they purposely, or for whatever reason, didn't like state that Shanique and Zay like made out or like hooked up. Got handsy.
Clearly, that is something that
but also
nobody knew. But
Colby and April made out, and that was never talked about.
I know.
So
I guess it just depends.
Yeah, it just depends.
But I guess like making out is different. But they're saying that Shanique and Zay had sex, right?
No, I think they just got like handsy. Like, they did not have sex. But the issue is, Zay did not tell Ray that at any point. He lied. He said that they did not.
But I think he just had some feelings. He chose violence at the reunion. Zay was just on some shit, acting like he knew he was gonna say that you were with Jake, but you were fucking me the whole time. He was waiting to say that, and he knew that was just gonna start some shit. So
and Ray was like, I wasn't with Jake. I didn't go with Jake. I went back to you. And now she's bisexual, dating a woman, and we love to see it, Ray. We love a bisexual queen on this couch here, on these chairs here. But I thought that was wild. But I see what you say, like, about these people are immature, but I don't think they're as immature as like some 24-year-olds and 23-year-olds typically are. Like, Ray and Shanique have made a friendship since then. Like, they've been friends for the last 7 months.
I feel like this experience made them age 8 years.
Yes.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was really nice to see at the end for them to talk more about emotions. That's all that they're doing, right? So doing a lot of, reflection on yourself can bring a lot of maturity and awareness to what's going on. And I just think in the beginning, it was just like really apparent to me, being like, oh my God.
The first like few episodes, but after it, I was like, this could be worse.
Absolutely.
But like, so her and Shanique formed a friendship, and then at the reunion, which is 6 months after the show aired or whatever, Ray sees this footage for the first time that they had hooked up. And she says, like, she's pissed. She goes off in a way that like you'd never see her go off on the show. But then she says to Shanique, like, I don't blame you. This was not your place to tell me. When I feel like it would be natural almost to be like, we've been hanging out for months. Well,
But I don't think talking about the experience, like, they created a relationship outside of that. Like, fuck it. Like, whatever. We're with our partners or we're with whoever. And she's back with Randall. So, you know, it was like, we're not rehashing that shit. Like, well, let's just not talk about that. I'm sure that was probably the basis of their conversations, not to like be like, what was your time with Zay? Like, I can't see Ray like wanting to know, like how Shanique was like asking, or like Madeline, you know, inserts herself about who she was with. Ray's not someone to be like, so what was really going on? You saw her at girls' night. She just like sat there and like sipped tea while Madeline fucking went off. But you know,
Madeline was so drunk.
Couldn't imagine. She was
unhinged,
out of pocket. That was bad. Like, whoa, it was hard to watch.
Yeah,
it was hard to watch. I'm surprised Shanique just like didn't. I mean, she did get up and leave, but
yeah, she did.
She didn't say anything. Like, that's inappropriate. Like, that is not okay to be talking like that.
What I said, this
isn't a fucking game.
One of my notes is, do they have a 5 drinks a night policy? Like, do you have to when filming? Because I don't know. I don't think they film every day. I don't know what that schedule was.
Me either.
Because I almost felt like this show could have been twice as long.
Yeah.
Because they'll skip ahead days and days. But maybe it is just like so mundane, like just roommate stuff, that like they have to have girls' night and guys' night.
You're right. They probably did have to have something that is worth filming or worth putting on the show, you know? I mean, they had plenty, but
Alexis's bachelorette party. Like, Alexis would ever have chosen.
Alexis was like, how's everything going? She wanted everyone to just start fighting. I'm like, she sucks. That's not someone. I mean, I hate to say that about someone I don't know, but it's just like you immediately know you'd be friends with someone.
And one thing I'll say is, I don't believe she's only 25.
No, well, they did lie about Lauren's age. That came out.
But they must have fixed it, because rewatching it, she's 29.
Oh,
like when I started watching it, it always said she was 29 years old.
Oh, okay.
So unless they lied by 1 year or whatever.
Yeah.
But when was this filmed even? Over the summer or?
I have no idea.
Should have looked that up. But you should have seen the shock on my face when Colby and April made out there last night.
I know. I was like, no way.
Was it just like they were like, let's get this in real quick?
They're just like, fuck it, you know?
We've touched on Colby a little bit. But what is your stance on Colby? Because in the beginning episodes, I was like, this guy's really sweet. He'd be the ideal person to get paired with.
I was on the roller coaster ride with Colby because I really thought that he was the sweet guy obsessed with his girlfriend. And I just have like, I really thought that shit was genuine. And I'm like, he doesn't want to look at another woman for the rest of his life, you know? And then I started to like get, you know, more and more of him, and like him just kind of being like a dick. And like I had to like hear Madeline talk about him, like, that's just Colby. Like, she rolled her eyes so many times when it came to like bullshit that he did, just regular Colby ass shit. Like, remember like they were doing the where they were at the table, they were talking about their experience with the partner that they picked, and he's just like, I'm a different person. April's like, yeah, we learned so much. And Madeline the whole time was like, oh my fuck, yeah, you changed in a matter of 3 weeks. Yeah. You remember her with like all of that? I'm just like, she sees through all of his bullshit. And I think I started seeing that throughout the show. I think he's a dick. I think he has potential. I mean, he's definitely gaslighty, narcissistic tendencies. Yeah. But I have like small hope for him. Like, I don't completely hate him.
Okay.
I'm not. Don't call me Team Colby.
No.
Do not call me that.
But it's like, so at the end of the experience, Colby, knowing how like hesitant Madeline was about this whole process, hesitant about the engagement, they don't leave things on a good, you know, note the night their last night together. You know he's going to propose because he's nuts.
Yeah.
Madeline actually says yes, which is shocking in and of itself. And then he springs a marriage on her. He's like, I can't wait another minute to start my life with you. Will you marry me today?
Boo, tomatoes, tomatoes, tomatoes.
To which I have the overarching question of the logistics of that. Where'd they get the marriage license? You have to file for your marriage license before you do that.
Oh, yeah.
So was it real? I know it's real now, but was it real then?
Who's to say?
That's my conspiracy theory on that, because you have to file with your state
Yeah,
and
I
county
don't know.
before you just
You're
shotgun
right.
a wedding on someone.
That's so annoying.
Ambushed. She was ambushed.
That's an ambush situation.
But she, with no hesitation, was like, "Yeah, let's do it."
I know. I think there was
like-
hesitation.
I was like,
I think she was like, "What? Like, what are you asking me?" You know, I think she was like, "Wait, really?" And then like,
but maybe she
I
was
think
that
that's
chill.
really
Like,
selfish of him.
yes, selfish and manipulative.
Yeah,
Like he's like, I don't want to give her any time to turn back.
that's my.
I don't want to give her any time to think about it.
Those were my thoughts. I was like, now that you said yes, I think he was like, "Fuck it, I'm this selfish. Like, I don't want to include your family." That's so annoying. That is so Colby move if I've ever seen one.
Right. So I think Colby kind of sucks.
I mean, yeah, there's no doubt. But I think I have a small hope for him that he could be a good guy. But I don't know.
I don't know.
I think the majority is not Team Colby, though.
Yeah, no. Because of his like weird, it's one thing to be like manipulative in the way that like April's manipulative, right? Like she wants what she wants and she's going to try to have it. But April was also very much like, this process, I'm signing up for this process. I'm embracing this process. If Jake doesn't leave with me, then I'm not the one for him. Like she was very much like, she had manipulative tendencies in a relationship for sure. Like trying to get pregnant the entire time they were together.
That's manipulative.
That's
Oh, she was trying to lock it down.
She was trying to lock it down.
But I do believe when they were at the proposal or whatever, they were sitting on that bench, I think they had already been separated. I think it was very scripted. She had no emotion. I think she already knew.
Yeah.
So I was like, I would expect April like on the floor, you know, if she didn't know that answer wasn't outcoming.
Yeah.
So I felt like they had already been separated because it had weird, awkward vibe to it, you know, and Jake being like, I'm not running off with, you know, with Ray. That's not what I'm doing. And then he literally did. But
I would love to see them go on a trip.
I'm bummed they didn't go on the trip.
But they could. They still could. I think the tickets should still be good.
I know. Why would they not go? I think that in the end, like they were both single. Why would you not just like go have a good time with someone you know you have good chemistry with?
Yeah. Bring your girlfriend, right? Bring your girlfriend.
I guess they thought it, like they said, they thought it was like insensitive to their other partner.
Which I can see. I at least, but I think Ray was also not detached from Zay yet. I think it would be.
Clearly.
Right. Yeah.
Clearly they have great sex. That was made.
This man
very known.
said, I got a strong sexual appetite. I like me and my woman to have sex 2, 3, 4 times a day.
That's wild.
I was like,
that is wild.
You've got an industrial strength pussy to be able to handle that kind of sexual activity.
Industrial strength.
I could never have sex twice in a day if there wasn't like a good 12 hours and a shower involved and like a whole. My pussy would be rubbed raw.
A lot of lube.
Absolutely raw. Absolutely raw.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
4 times a fucking day? Bro.
Oh.
That's impeding on everyday life.
How do you get anything done?
You're just having a lot of sex. Good for them, but couldn't be me. Raw. Rubbed raw. Hashtag rubbed raw.
Rub.
Shout out Ray, though, for having that bomb-ass
That
pussy.
bomb-ass industrial strength.
We love to see it, Ray. Okay. Anything else? I talked a lot.
Yeah.
I'm glad we debriefed very well. We hopped all over, but stayed on track. You know? Proud of us. There it is, guys.
Hopefully you guys listen or watch The Ultimatum and give us your takes. Give us your hot takes.
Yeah, I think if you guys have anything to add, you know, just DM us.
Get with it.
Tell us your opins. Rachel, why you keep looking at me weird? Oh my gosh. All right, that's what we have.
That is it, guys.
We have no future episodes planned. Maybe some Survivor stuff.
Oh yeah.
If you guys like us doing show stuff or like switching things up, we can go back to some scam stories. We can go. We're trying to look for some new material.
New material.
Rach is mortified by this outro. Okay. That's it then. This is it. I forgot the outro.
I'm Jess.
You're Jess.
I'm Jess. And
I'm Rach.
And we out.
Better Podcast.